All right, so this is what I started thinking about. I just started working. Sun is out, it's shining there behind me. It's like, I started working a little bit before 7 a.m. Dude, what in the? I don't know if you watched my other video, but I'm not gonna lie. There's not that many, whatever these things are out in the sky. But look, wait, does it look? No, it's there. What the heck, dude? There's literally, this one's actually a donut. It's not just like a hole. The other one was definitely more than a hole. That was like a donut and a couple cheeks, and you put it together and it becomes something else, if you know what I mean. Man, that was crazy. And I don't know if you can see what are those things called up there? And look at it. Yes, you can. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay, I'm about to get into it. I'm not kidding. But I have to show you one more thing. This is what my dogs do. Do you see this? My dog right here. She's like, as soon as I get off this tractor, she just lays down next to me and she's just waiting. And actually, you know what's funny is she's like, she looks somewhat sad. She's like, come on, get back to work. It's really funny. My other dog is down there, but he likes to get dirty. So he's down there getting dirty, doing whatever he's doing. He literally just took a crap down there, and now he's like digging in the water. What the heck, dude? Animals are nuts. Shoot. Well, I may have completely forgotten why I wanted to talk about this. But as soon as I have these ideas, I have to say them quickly because otherwise I forget them and I lose them. And I think that might have already happened. So maybe this video won't even get posted. What was that? Oh, no. I think I just remembered. Okay, so I went back in time because I had this brain surgery thing. And I lost all my memories. And I also went back like into not the 40s. Man, I get my numbers really messed up. The 90s, okay? So I'm like in the 90s right now. I'm listening to a lot of 90s music, like the best rappers. What's insane is I don't know when any of this came out, so I don't know how accurate anything is because I don't understand timelines and all that stuff yet. But there was like a song called Regulators. Regulators, mount up. It's really funny because we would get in trouble when I was like in high school. I'd get in trouble because I'd go over to my cousin's house and his mom was like, don't listen to that music. It's the devil. You know what I mean? Just like old people would listen to rock and roll and they'd be like, their parents would be like, oh, that's the devil. Oh, look at him. He's like, what are you doing over here? Oh, maybe they got something. Oh, she's trying to get a little bee. She is, man. Dude, she's a murdering dog. Everything that moves, she wants to kill. That's crazy. And he wants to play too. Oh, big boy. Yeah. She's not going to play with you. You already know that. She doesn't share. Oh, yeah. So music. So like I'm listening to music right now that would get me in so much trouble when I was younger. I don't know. Oh, Warren G. Snoop Dogg. Gosh, I am forgetting some really good ones. Shoot, that's it. So if anybody else listens, I'm sorry, I can't give credit to you, even though some of them are pretty good rappers. There's Tupac. I just thought about Tupac, Biggie. There's like two more I'm trying to remember, but I just can't think of who they are. So if I think of them, then I'll say them when I do. But that's the music I'm listening to. Some of it's pretty good. Some of it's a little bit hardcore. I mean, it's like a different era or whatever. And then some of the newer stuff, I have no idea. But like Eminem, the white rapper, I think I was 16 when I was listening to him. But that's early 2000s or something. But maybe I have the timing wrong or whatever. But still, it's kind of funny because I'm re-listening to some of that music. And it's actually hilarious because when you're a kid, you think differently than when you're an adult and you have like decisions you have to make and things you have to take care of. So that's basically where I'm at. So I'm like maybe 17 years old or something like that, going through all this stuff. And I think technically this is 1 month and a month and a week. And I don't know anything better than that because I suck really bad at math and at like dates and times and all that kind of stuff. But here's the reality. Gosh, why did I even start this conversation? Dang, this is insane, man. How crazy this is in my life. I'm like so disjointed from everything that's happening. Gosh, what was I gonna say? Okay. So here's this question I have. So I don't know how real it was because obviously you don't have the internet and stuff like that. When I was like a young kid, we didn't have the internet. Like the internet was brand new basically. And so computers, all that kind of stuff, cell phones or whatever, those things were just about to come out. And so I don't really know. I don't think anybody could really know what it was like let's say in the 90s and early 2000s without that stuff versus what it is like now, because it was just a different life. I would listen to music. They would say what they would say, and I didn't think any kind of way about it, if that makes sense. So I didn't understand that there was like racism and black and white and all this other kind of BS stuff that's pretty much irrelevant at this point in life. Some people have to go through that where they're at. Some people speak about it because it makes them money. But I would not consider myself a racist. I don't care what color you are or pretty much anything. I mean, I went around the world quite a bit because I thought I was going to die. And I thought that was my last chance. So I went to all these kind of places, including super dangerous places in the middle of a kind of a war zone. Like I went to Israel because I wanted to experience some of those things. And to be honest, I thought Israel was going to get blown up, like blown to bits. And then I'd be like one of the last people that ever got to see it. And I don't care about the politics side of it and the religious stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's what none of this is about. Most of that's just irrelevant. This is just like, I think that most of the stuff that I want to talk about isn't about those big picture things, because that's all for people that think way too much about stuff that doesn't matter. What should matter is people like me, people like you. We're like the everyday American humans, not American. Well, I mean, American because I'm American, so American because of that, which also American's the best company in the world. Company, corporate. What is America? America is the best place to live, and it's not a planet. Shoot, I can't. I'm just going to have to move on and say America, #1 planet. That's just what it is. Dang it, dude. What is America? Now I can't stop thinking about it. Country, America. I heard somebody say America. I don't know what that's from, but that sounds super funny. America. That's like the hippie. I can't say that word either, but you know those people that live out in the sticks. That's how they say, this is America. That's really funny, actually. Maybe that's not funny. I don't know, but yeah. Man, I keep hearing this weird stuff. I don't know what any weird sounds are, man. Everything trips me out. I gotta wear these a lot. They have like anti-sound, because I'm not kidding. Like nothing used to scare me before. I would always be able to hear and see that people were coming up behind me, and my hearing is like this now, whereas before it was I don't know what normal hearing sound is, and so everything freaks me out, man. Any loud noise next to me, I scream like I'm a little baby girl. Wait, baby girl? Maybe just a girl, teenage girl, maybe a teenage girl. I don't know, whatever. I'm bad at all that stuff still. I'm getting there, but you know, it really hasn't been that long, actually. I'm not trying to say it this way, but I'm super impressed with myself. I'm not impressed with myself. I'm happy, glad, whatever. But I'm doing really good. Things are going really well. I may not ever fully recover. I'm probably not going to, but like the things that are the hardest for me right now are reading and writing, and just looking at words. If there's more than a couple of them together, gives me a headache. And my doctor said maybe I'll never get that back. But I think as long as I can talk like this, that's going to have to be what I do. And it's just the reality of life. I can just talk. And I think that leaves space for my brain to think about things, and then for me to talk, and I don't have to worry about writing, whatever. I'm getting off track. So basically it's kind of crazy. Gosh, man, 9 minutes already and I'm into this. Wait, 9 in 9? That just reminded me of 9 Inch Nails. That's a band too. I think that would have got me in trouble. Probably would have got spanked for that. Jeez, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, you want to know something super funny? I probably got thousands of spankings. Man, my mom would hold me down. My dad would beat the crap out of me. And my dad had big hands. And I think I had a belt. I had a little, I remember one time, this is insane, dude, about growing up in the 90s and probably earlier than that, is my dad, I would do something dumb. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was a dumb kid. And it's maybe not dumb, but I was really curious. I gotta show you something else. So right out there, wait, where is it? Right there. What do you think that is? Leave it in the comments. I don't know if that's funny or not, but it could be. Oh gosh. Dang, dude, what's up with all these clouds, man? These clouds look insane. Oh, clouds. That's what I was trying to say before. Clouds. Yeah. I don't know if I said it now. But growing up in the 90s, man, I got the butt beat out of me because I was pretty dumb. I like to test limits all the time. I'd always go to the line and then just a teensy bit over. You know, I'd like lean over and look and maybe put 1 foot. That's just the way I was. So I did a lot of dumb stuff that got me in trouble, and I knew it'd get me in trouble, and I tried to like lie and hide about it and whatever. So I've been tested a lot when I was young. And I think that helped me when I was older in life, to not make the same kind of choices that a lot of younger kids do now, because they don't understand that there's consequences, and they think it's going to be like living at home and mom and dad are going to be like, oh, it's okay. Or it's like a video game and you can just hit reset. And that's not true, man. The choices you make, they're your choices and you have to own up to them. And that's the reality of life. And that'll help you. That's probably the best advice I could ever give you, is what you do is your choice. You can blame whoever you want to, but everyone else that's out here looking at you blames only you. That's the reality. You can cry all you want about who did all this stuff to you, because you're always going to find somebody who had a harder life, who went through the same stuff or the worst stuff, and on and on and on. That's the reality. You know what? I had a hard life too. But you know what? I'm not whining and complaining about it. I took those things and I tried to use them as lessons on how to help propel myself further. And I know tons of people that had the exact same lives as me and way easier lives, and they basically did nothing. The one difference is I looked at obstacles and I went, you know what? I'm going to conquer that obstacle. I'm going to be the best. I want to be the number one guy here at this company. I want to have the most skills, and on and on and on. That's the way I looked at life. Basically like a video game. Before video games, well, no, there was video games. I can't remember which ones I was playing, but some of my memory just came back. I went to my friend's house and I played a video game for like the first time, and it was on like an old Windows computer with like I think CRT is maybe what they're called. That also just came back to my head. All this kind of stuff is so insane. When I make videos like this and I think about things, I get memories back, but they're very selective and only exactly what I think about. So it's insane. Like, I'll probably never get all my memories back because I'm never going to ever have this exact same situations. Ooh, I just got some other memories back, but I'm not going to tell you what those were. That's hilarious. Wow. Interesting. I might have to stop this video. What was I talking about? No, I'm going to get right back to it. I'm sorry. You know what? This is insane. Like, just talking like this is literally like helping me get smarter. So everybody who watches this video is making me and helping me get smarter. What was I going to talk about, bro? Oh, the main reason I am going to try to wrap this up quick because I got work to do. And the second batch of concrete is going to be here in like an hour. And I got to go get up my kids and make sure they're ready to help me, because I got to help me build a ramp if I'm moving forward with the next stage of the brain surgery, because I haven't completely decided yet, but I need to be prepared, because if it happens and I'm not prepared, this is another great, what am I trying to say? This is another thing you should learn. Get prepared. You don't wait till the last second when things are too late to try to make those decisions and do stuff. Get prepared in life. You know what? Put some monies away, put some food away, do some basic stuff. And I'm not talking about years and years and years, just a tiny bit, so that if you do have a problem, you can deal with it and it doesn't become such a huge issue all of a sudden. So that's another good thing that's helped me along the way. And, music. So I'm listening to all this music, and I'm understanding that at this point, 99% of rap music is about a couple of things. Women, okay? Which is almost all of it, because you could break women down into multiple different sections, right? Vaginas, butts, I heard a little bit of legs, wiggling, stripping, and a whole bunch of other stuff related to women, okay? So, like, most of rap, at least 90s rap, is about women, okay? And stuff related to women. And then I think the second one is kind of like making fun of other rappers and talking about how you're the best rapper and you're gonna like defeat the other rappers. And sometimes it's a little bit more than just defeat, if you know what I'm saying. So there's other stuff involved, but that's like the vast majority, which I know it has changed since the 90s till now. Some of it has, but it's insane to realize how like that whole rap situation, like what I personally like is the beats, but I definitely laugh when I hear the lyrics, because, oh, lyrics, I just thought of lyrics. Lyrics is the sounds when they speak. Lyrics in the music. Okay, cool. So I like the beats for sure the best. A lot of the actual lyrics I don't like too much, but some of them are funny. But it's like, you know, I'm at a different part in my life, and I'm also not in their life where they live, and they're speaking music to their communities and the stuff they go through. So you kind of have to be there, you know, to really like understand or grasp, I think, the some of the reasoning behind it, which is why I actually like Eminem, because he just makes fun of everybody and he doesn't care at all. I mean, I'm talking about old 90s Eminem. I don't know anything about any new, what year is this? I always want to say it's 2012, but it's not. I want to say it's 2018, no, 2016, 2016. I don't know. I can't look on my phone. So it's somewhere in that range. I don't know. Somewhere between what I said and the future or the past. Who knows? So it's just kind of crazy because, and they also say the N-word a lot, man. The N-word. Why? Why is that such a huge thing? So I think I talked about this in another video, but my mind does not work the same and it never will again. And I think about these things differently. So I wonder to myself, how do we have a situation where one culture can say certain words and they scream it at each other? They put it in rap music. They yell at each other. They make fun of each other and on and on and on and on and on. And they use that word. But other cultures, if they say that word, and it's not even just like other cultures, because I know for sure I've heard other cultures say it, but it's only white people and maybe certain other things where they view you as white, or I'm sure there's more to it than that. But if you're white-ish, maybe it's not even white-ish. It's like, I don't know, you know, all of us came from the same place. That's the reality of life. So color is irrelevant. But because if you take a DNA test, you probably got white in you, just like I got black in me. That sounds funny. And I got all this different stuff. So at the end of the day, if you want to bring it down to like just color, do you mean skin color? Do you mean DNA color? Like, what do you actually mean? You know what I'm saying? Because if you actually think about it, that sounds stupid. Breaking things down to what color you are? Nah, man, that's dumb. That's so dumb. Your culture is so much more important than a color. And that's why you should keep your culture in your country strong, just like America and what's happening around the rest of the country right now, where you have all of these people from other cultures are coming in and destroying the local culture. And it's not like they're destroying it and they're like destroying, I don't know the right way to say it, but I don't view it like, I mean, in one way they're definitely invading because the government is making them show up, right? It's like this. Listen to me. I'm having a horrible problem getting the medication that I need right here in America. So if I looked on a website and the website said I can stay in a country for free, I get all the resources for free, I get all the food for free, and I get all the medication and all the meds I need for what I have right now, I would go there today, all right? And I would get it all for free. And then I would make these videos from there, and I would tell you about my whole situation and what's going on. That's what I would do. And every other person on this planet who's smart enough to think that way would do it too. So why do you think people are showing up at that country? One reason: the government has a meal ticket. Here you go, here you go, here you go. And they're giving it to everybody. All right. And if you don't think that that's why they're showing up, you're an idiot. And that's plain and simple. There's no other way to describe it. Why would that have changed all of a sudden when people have been dying and having problems for 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years or whatever it's been? Okay. They've always had problems. Okay. There's no such thing as living in the Garden of Eden. Okay. That was two people. All right. And then once they ate not the snake, but once they ate the apple or whatever, that was gone. Blah. And it doesn't even matter if you believe in that or not. That's irrelevant to this whole situation. It's just a reality of life. All right, if you believe we came out of caves, they were fighting then too, and they were killing each other, and they didn't even care. We're not any different. You think that we're like so much smarter and better than we were before? No, you're just stupid. You just want to view yourself as being more intelligent. You're not. Okay? You're just as dumb as a monkey as everyone else, all right? Every single person on this planet, we are all the same at every same level. The only reason that you think you're different than everybody else is because you want to try to be better and treat yourself better and make separate rules for you. That's the only reason. That's also why we invented politics and a whole bunch of other related stuff. You know, I don't know. Now I'm getting off track a little bit and it's becoming a long video, but I think the reality of life is my main question is like, why can certain people speak a certain way, say a certain thing, but other people can't? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think if you want to, we should pass a universal law of free speech, worldwide protected free speech. Now, I don't want a bunch of people like running around. This is the way that I would look at it. I think this is the best way to make it the most amount of people happy, because I think that's what we should always base rules on, is the 90% or whatever the highest percent is. You know what I could say right now? Screw anybody that's not part of the 90%. Get part of it. Because you're either way above us, you're not even part of us anyways, and you live a different life, or you don't care. And both of those things should not be in our normal live situation, okay? Period, plain and simple. You know why? Because the 1% up to the 10%, whatever those little outliners are, those are the ones causing most of the problems, doing most of the dumb crap, acting like psychos, blowing up schools, and whatever else they do. We don't need those people around. And most of the time we know who they are ahead of time and we can stop it from happening, but we allow it to happen. Why? Okay? Just think about it. Think about it. I don't even need to say it. Just think about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. So I think we need to just make it, if you're in public, you should do what you can do to not offend people. I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay? When you're at home or whatever, or you want to say stuff on the internet, say whatever you want to say, man. But as soon as you start saying things where you're actively threatening people, that is where the line should be drawn. And you should immediately be investigated to the extent where somebody comes to your house and talks to you about that situation to try to offer you help. And what I mean by that is they don't just lock you up and throw you in jail. What I mean is they say, hey, what's up? You know, how can we help you? What's going on? And then hopefully that person can be like, yeah, I have a problem and I'm hungry, or yeah, I have this issue and I need some help with this, or whatever the case is. Or I think I have a mental health problem, and you know what I mean? And let's just give them some free assistance, get through that process and see how it is, and then go from there. And I think that would solve a lot of problems. And I know it sounds so simple and stupid, but that's the reality, is most things in life, they're so simple and so stupid to fix. We make them complicated, okay? And most of the time it's on purpose, because there's a way where people can do this. Ching, 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 ching. So they're like, oh man, this can't be such a simple problem. We got to figure out 10 ways to complicate it. So it's so complicated that we can make a lot of wing, 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 wing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the reality of life. That's how simple it all is. And when you think about it that way, you know everything's that way. And if you take out politics and whether you're, what color you are, or what religion you are, or who you vote for and all that kind of crap, realize that all of us, like normal humans, us, the 98% or whatever we are the ones that should be controlling what's happening. We are the ones should be making the decisions. And all those people we vote for to put in places of so-called power, they need to be, what's the word for that? Not slap down, like squash like bugs, basically, to a low level where they know they work for us. And we should only want people to become parts of the government that want to serve us. And that, I think, is the main thing that would change it, because then we don't have all these people that are only out for themselves and their special interest groups and their own friends who are all making millions of dollars. And okay, I'm gonna tell you about something that just came to my head. You know that thing that happened where everybody had to stay at their houses or whatever? Most of the rich people, they still went out and partied, right? And if you don't understand that or realize that that was happening, you're a moron. Once again, you're a moron, okay? You think those guys stayed at home? No. Do you think whatever that virus was cared whether you were rich or not? No. Or how old you were or how young you were? Just like everything else in life. You know what doesn't care about you? This planet, space, aliens, and everything else you can think of related to any of that. They don't even know who you are. They don't care at all right? You get squashed like a bug, fall into a hole, die, whatever. They don't miss you. They don't even know, okay? The only people that are gonna miss you are gonna be your friends and your family and the ones you make connections with, and that's the stuff that should matter. I know I got off track again, but it's just crazy what starts popping into my head. So if those people that are in power live by different rules, they should never be allowed to be in power again. We live in modern society, right? We got cell phones, we got computers, we got all this stuff. We do not need those people to control our lives. We need those people to get out of the way. That's what they need. Have a good day.